Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the morning after um, the Rocky Mountain Showdown, Colorado versus Colorado State. They went up to Colorado State campus, well, home stadium, and pulled out a victory. And there's a lot to unpack here. There's really a lot to unpack. And I'm going to go over Coach Prime's press conference again. And I'm also going to go over Shador, Travis, in the offensive line press conference. I'm going to go over that too, because that was, they sent a statement. You have Shador, you have Travis Hunter, and also what's more important, they acknowledge the offensive line. Because the offensive line, oftentimes you never hear about them until they do something wrong. That's the only time you really hear about the offensive line is when they do something wrong. But for them to acknowledge them, that's world class. See, what we're watching right now, we're watching a football game. And I had said before, the reason why I started covering Coach Prime is because I'm capturing a moment in time. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's a historic moment in time. This is going to be historic years later when we go back and revisit it. So when we go years later, when they go back and revisit it, I can go back and look at these videos. I don't know any of these people, but let me tell you why. Like, you ever notice why people argue about football and the team needs to do this, the team needs to do that? I feel like the team needs to do this, the team needs to do that. It's because when you watch football or a sport that you like, it takes your mind away from the rest of your problems for just a moment in time. For just a brief moment, you can watch the football game and you could just forget about all your problems for those 3 hours. But what's special about this is after the football game is over, they continue to let you in their lives for a brief moment. So you get to carry this year round. This doesn't stop. Even when the season is over, it doesn't stop. The cameras are still rolling. It's a reality show, and it lets you just forget about a lot of the problems in the world. That's what these athletes provide. You remember when Kobe Bryant passed away? He wasn't a perfect person. Nobody is. But you remember how all those people gathered at the Staples Center? All races of people. You know how they say people are divided and stuff like that, but we come together when it comes to sports. Like, we might be divided politically and different other things, but if you both like the Los Angeles Lakers, you know what Kobe meant. Because when you watch Kobe Bryant at the Staples Center, you could take your mind, your problems leave for that until the game is over. That's why, like, people like, why do people revere athletes the way they do? That's why. Because, it's entertainment. You could just like kind of escape. It's a form of escapism for a moment in time. So that's why, like, because don't let nobody say, oh man, you guys are, why are you worried about this? Why you keep talking about these people's lives? It's because there's a lot going on in the world right now. But at least we can watch the story with Colorado. That's what we all share in common. Now, we might not all agree on certain topics when it comes to Colorado, but we can all come together sometime through these live chats or whatever the case is to just talk about Colorado for a minute. And you don't have to talk about the political landscape and what's going on in the world and domestically. We're in a very pivotal time in our country. We're in a very unstable time, actually, in our leadership. You have other leaders around the country. They're just looking at our vulnerabilities and they're waiting. So it's a very rough time in the country right now, but at least we could come together and follow the storyline of Coach Prime. So that's why. That's why a lot of us, including myself, we grew up watching him. So I hear a lot of Buff fans. I mean, well, not Buff fans. I hear a lot of people say, they try to divide. They say, you guys are not real fans. No, some of us are supporters. I don't know if you call us fans. I don't know if you call us that. I think it's a little more than that, because a lot of us grew up watching him. We know prime time. That's what we know. People my age, Generation X. I'm talking about Generation X for a minute. We know him as prime time. That's what we know him as. We know him as Dion. That's what we know him as. So of course we're going to follow him wherever he goes. You could call us temporary fans or whatever you want to call us, but we grew up watching him, so it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? We grew up, we remember him playing for the New York Yankees, for people that lived up north in the tri-state. We remember him playing for the Yankees. We remember that. We remember him playing for Atlanta. We remember when him and Andre Rison got into it. We remember that. We grew up watching it. A lot of us started emulating him on the football field. A lot of people did. The headbands, even though they got that from Walter Payton, but I'm talking about the head, you know, and Jim McMahon, but they wore the headbands and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that that's what athletes provide, entertainment. It's an escapism. That's why people follow him. So people can't understand, like, damn, he's a second-year coach. Why is he getting all this attention? Well, the reason why he's getting all this attention is because that's prime time. We grew up watching him. Matt Rule grew up watching him. Matt Rule, he was a kid watching him. He's only in his 40s. Matt Rule is only in his 40s. That means he's Generation X. He grew up watching prime time, man. And prime is Generation X. He's the older brothers to us. You know, there's 3 levels to generation in every generation. You have the oldest of that generation, you have the middle of that generation, and then you have the youngest of that generation. Prime in them is the oldest of Generation X. We grew up watching the big brothers play, and we wanted to emulate them, just like Kobe grew up watching Michael Jordan. So when we watch him, I'm telling you right now, there's some players on that Colorado State team. They would love to transfer next year and be a part of this. I'm just telling you that. They don't dislike him. Some of them don't. There's some people on that team, because I saw it when they were giving Travis Hunter dap. I saw it. They don't dislike this team. Some of them don't dislike it. They looking from the outside, which they wanted had a part of it. So I just want to, before I get into this, I just want to tell you why people follow Prime the way they do. It's a cult following. It is. Because we had his shoes, even though I can't get my hands on them shoes now. I just can't get my hands on them. Every time they drop on the Nike app, I can't get them. Either I wake up too late or I'm working. I just can't get them shoes, man. They sold out. But I had them when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I had them when I was younger. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, on the first day of school, if you had Jordans, or you got them Deons, or you got them Ken Griffeys, or you had them Barkleys with the strap. You feel me? Or you had them Ewings. But Coach Prime was in that conversation with the sneakers that you had to have. So that's how some of us feel about him. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a coach to us. He's more than just a coach. Because we grew up watching him. So that's why you get a sellout crowd, because people been watching him. He's been an entertainer for so long. He's a celebrity. He's a sports icon, and he's a celebrity. Not just that he's in the Hall of Fame. Arguably, he's in contention for the greatest 2-sport athlete of all time. It's only him and Bo Jackson. It's only him and Bo Jackson, man. The only people I can think of. Him and Bo Jackson, as far as that made that impact. So, so we like to watch it. So we support. So that's why those ticket sales are selling out, despite them only winning 4 games last year. So I got to bring these haters to an understanding here. When I say haters, I'm talking about the ones that matter. I'm talking about the sports writers. You haters online, y'all don't matter. Y'all matter, but not like that. There's levels to it. I'm talking about the people that's getting ready to write the hit pieces. So this is a different type of situation. He doesn't even have to coach. He doesn't have to do this. He don't need the money. He doesn't have to do it. So we got to go back in a moment in time for a minute. So why are we here? His 2 sons started, well, he had 3 sons. They were playing football. So he thought the best way to coach them is him. Like, who else better to coach a team to coach them than him? He's in the Hall of Fame. I remember his Hall of Fame speech. Also, Shannon Sharp was there too. They went in the Hall of Fame together. And then you seen his kids there. They grown now, but they were kids at the time. So who else better to coach them but him? So that's why he started coaching. And then through high school and Jackson State. And I'm going to tell you something. Prior to Jackson State, I fell off from football. I just fell off from it, man. I'll watch it here and there, things like that, when a Super Bowl comes, stuff like that, or national championship game, but I kind of fell off from it. But then what made me get into Jackson State was his son, Bucky. That was the only reason, because he had the camera. So I'm like, I feel like I'm a part of the team. I like this. I love this. This is right down my alley. I love this. It's entertainment. I don't watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a TV watcher, but I like watching this show. So Bucky made this work. So then I never forget it. So he's sitting in front of the Jackson State team. And he announced to them, he said, I know you guys are hearing the rumors and stuff like that. But, it's true. I'm taking the job in Colorado. I'm taking the Colorado job. As soon as he said that, I said, this right here getting ready to be big. I created a channel immediately. I said that, I had a channel before that, but I'm just saying, I said, this is going to be big, yo. I could see the writing on the wall. This is going to be real big. Whether they win or lose, it don't matter. This is good for football because the ratings are up. Now, the writers are not going to tell you that, but they know. It's really good for football. You got a lot of storylines out there. You got the Ole Miss storyline. You got the Texas storyline, Alabama storyline. Everybody want to see what Alabama's doing. Are they going to fail? People said, then you got different types of watchers. You got some people that's looking for you to fail, but they're still watching. So it's part of the ratings. Then you got some that they just like a good football game, like crack open a beer, and they like a good storyline. I'm kind of like that too. But I don't know if you call him a coach. I'm going to get into Travis Hunter in a minute because he's an enigma. Travis is what you call an enigma because people are trying to figure him out. Even still, can he play both sides in the NFL? The answer is yes, but people are saying, no, that's the NFL. No. See, when you have game changers that come along, when you say you're going to do something, if it hasn't been done before, they're going to say you're crazy. But there's always somebody that come along in history that's like a once in a lifetime type of situation that breaks the mold. That's him. I'm telling you guys, I have been watching football since I was a little kid. I have never seen nothing like this. I've seen a lot of great players. I've seen Ken Griffey Jr. He has one of the best swings in the business. I have never seen another person that with a natural swing like that. Actually, Darryl Strawberry. Sorry. It was Darryl Strawberry. And Barry Bonds had a nice one too. But if you ever seen Ken Griffey live, if he made connection with that ball, it was going out. The only reason why he's not the home run leader is because he got hurt. That's the only reason. And he did it without steroids. So that's why I put him at the top of the home run list, even though Barry, Bonds and them and Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire is up there. But no, he's actually at the top because he didn't take anything. It's just he got hurt. But he would have been the home run leader. You know what I'm saying? But so sometimes people come along and just change the game. Like Jordan came along and changed the game. They came up with the Jordan rules during the playoffs. They literally had rules to play him. They called the Jordan rules. Allen Iverson came along and changed the game. This is why he's first ballot. That's why he went in the Hall of Fame first ballot without winning a championship. Because when he came out of Georgetown, he was instrumental in changing the game. When he came into the game, they started playing zone again. Prior to that, it was like a man defense type of league until he came in because they had to contain him. So that was the reason why he went in the Hall of Fame, first ballot, because he was a game changer. Sometimes people come along, they're game changers. So that's what Travis Hunter is right now. He's an enigma. He came to help Prime. He came to help the old man out. That's all it was. This is not just football here. This is some spiritual shit that's going on because there's a spiritual war going on in the world. It really is. You know how people say you got to stay prayed up? You're not lying. You have to stay more prayed up now than ever before. There's something going on in this world, man. And this sports allows us an escape. So he came to help the old man out. There was no reason why he went to Jackson State. There's no reason for it. He came to help. He was part of the help. He came to help. Now, whether you think God did it or whatever did it, whatever the case is, he came to help out because this wouldn't have worked without him. He came to help. They offered him all kind of money when Coach Prime accepted the Colorado job. They offered Travis millions. But you notice they can't attack Travis. You know that, right? He's an enigma. You can't even attack him. Trust me, I know they look for ways to attack him. You can't even attack him because he's such a good kid. 4.0. He don't go nowhere. All he doing is playing video games in onesies. What type of dominant athlete is that? He's an enigma. You can't explain it. So the reason why I say that is because not that I'm putting him high on a pedestal, it's because people keep saying he can't do this, he can't do that in the NFL. Well, let him try it first. Somebody told me a long time ago, don't say you can't do it until you give it a shot. Just give it a shot. And then if you can't do it, then you know you can't do it. But you got to give yourself a chance first. He's a game changer wherever he goes. He can probably go to the Jets. Of course, I'm going to mention the Jets because I'm a Jets fan. He can probably go to the Jets and turn that defense around immediately, along with all the other additions they have. So he's probably right now number one in talks of the Heisman, as long as he stay healthy and keep doing what he's doing. The reason why I say that is because when I think about the Heisman, how important to your team? He's extremely important to his team. He's more important to his team than the other Heisman hopefuls. Because the other Heisman hopefuls, they have a whole system around them. He's very important to this team. If he's not on that field, this team looks different. So he's very important to this team. That's why I say that's an attribute for a Heisman. And then on top of it, he's dominating. He's dominating on but not just one side of the ball. He's dominating on both sides of the ball. So right now he's number one, I think, in even 2 games out, despite the loss. 3 games out, despite the loss. He's still in contention for the Heisman. Will they give it to him? I don't know. But I know a lot of people wish he wasn't on this team. I never forget when he was at Jackson State, him and Coach Prime shared a moment. Before the game, he hugged Coach Prime and he said, "Thank you." He was crying. He said, "Thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you." So I was like, I started thinking about that. I was like, he really wanted to play for Coach Prime. That's all it was. It wasn't money. Money didn't have nothing to do with it. So that's why they couldn't buy him. So they couldn't buy him. They could buy a lot of other players, give them cars, all that type of shit, and they'll jump ship. They couldn't buy him though. That's some real shit right there. When you can't buy, that's a real friend. Actually, he's not a friend to them. He's family. That's family. They tried to buy Jordan Seaton too. He still came. Now and they trying to figure out how is he doing this? Because a lot of their I'm trying to tell you, a lot of their parents grew up watching him. That's why. They grew up watching him. Travis' dad grew up watching him. He did. Because he the same age group as I am. He grew up watching him, man. That's why. And then Travis know the history of football too, and he wanted to learn from him. So that's why. Money can't buy that. And guess what's going to happen? This is what they might be a little afraid of. That it's going to rub off on the rest of the players around the country. Because the rest of the players around the country is watching this shit. They are. They watching it like, oh, you know what? Shador is leaving. They leaving. I'm the next man up. I promise you, they get to that Big 12 title game or even close, the floodgates are getting ready to open. They're getting ready to open. If he stays there, he potentially could be getting ready to build something really crazy. But he had a good foundation early on because Travis and Shador and company, they helped him build a foundation, even though they were only here temporarily. They helped him build that foundation. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them come back. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be a hell of a story. I wouldn't be surprised, even though they said they're not coming back. Travis have another year of eligibility left. Shador can come back as a grad student. I believe he has a year eligibility left as well. But I think they're both going to the NFL because you can't pass up that guaranteed money. Because, the higher you go in the draft is the guaranteed signing bonus that counts. Because that's what's guaranteed. And them signing bonuses is a lot of money. But they're going to have replacements, though. You can't replace Travis or Shador, but you're going to have, trust me, you're going to have some superstars add on to what they already have there now. I know a lot of people, I saw some people hit me up, say Jordan Seaton in the press conference, he looked like he's going to hit the portal at the end of the season. As long as Coach Prime stay there, he's not going to hit the portal. He's not going to hit it. If anything, he's going to get his boys from IMG to come there. And he's going to have a lot of help. So don't worry about that. He's probably a recruiter his damn self. So he'll have that IMG connection. He got the IMG connection. So the floodgates are getting ready to open. I promise you this, though. If they get to the Big 12 title, I promise you I'm on the next plane smoking. Because I've already put my early bet in. That's a lot of money, and it's a hell of a long shot. But I'm just letting you know, I promise you I'll be, when they go into the playoffs, I'll be vlogging from far on the other side of the world. I promise you this. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone for about 2 years. I'm gone. But the thing is, I don't give a damn. Like Coach Prime he said this was the game that he had to win. And he said, "Oh, help me, Lord." You know how he'd be like, "Help me, Lord." I don't want to say that. That's because that man said something about his mother, man. Y'all remember last year when he said something about, my mother trained. That's why. You don't talk about people from my generation. You don't talk about our mother, yo. That's smoke. You talk about my mother that smoked. That's grounds for me to catch an assault charge. I might not be able to beat you, but yes, I'm getting ready to assault you though. I might not even win the fight. I might not even win the fight, but I have to put hands on you. I have to. And the only reason why I won't go the distance on you, because my mother needs me. She need me to be on the outside. That's the only reason why I won't go the distance. But yeah, you don't talk about somebody's mother, man. That's why he wanted to say what he wanted to say. I knew exactly what he wanted to say. That MF, he wanted to say that, but he couldn't say it. Because he know that people will roll with that. But see, when you come from where we come from, you don't talk about somebody's mother, man. Because we know what our mothers had to do to struggle to get us to where we had to go. You don't talk about our mother, yo. That's one thing I do. I don't talk about nobody's mother. Now, and that coach knows that. He knows that because he come from the same shit. He knows that. He knows that. But that's why he did it, because he don't have the attention that this man has. The reason why the man got the attention, I told you, we grew up watching him. That's why. So that's what it is. But man, what you saw yesterday, some people are gonna say, well, they faced a lesser team. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't it. Colorado State can play, but they got locked the fuck down. That's what you saw. That's what you saw. They got with Colorado last year, but you remember what the player said? Oh, you remember what the coach said? Oh, that's the same team from last year. No, it's not. The reason why it's not the same team from last year, because you got new faces. So the look of the team is different. That's not the same team from last year. Yeah, you got the same quarterback. You got the same Enigma on the team, but it's not the same team. Because you got new faces. You got LaJohntay Wester. You got all in company. Not the same team, but that's what he said. So if it was the same team, this game should have been more closer than what it was. It wasn't. They were being dominated. That defense dominated them. They took their spirit away. That's what happened. Their spirit got taken away. It wasn't that they couldn't compete. They could compete with Colorado, but their spirit was taken away. That defense took the spirit away. And when they got that interception and Levante Bentley picked it up, and then buried the ball, you know how the dogs do, he a Q, how they buried the ball and all that, that took their spirit away. They were done. So it wasn't yeah, some people might say, well, how come they didn't beat them by how come it wasn't 60-3? It don't have to be 60-3. It's just the way the game flows. Styles make fights. In some games, it might be close. Some games, you might blow them out. Some games, you might lose. It just depends on, it's a situational thing. No game is the same. So it just so happened that it played out the way it played out. That's all it was. But their spirit was taken away because he couldn't throw to no receiver. He ain't throw no touchdowns. God damn, he couldn't throw one touchdown. Not one. Hold on, let me look. Hold on, let me look. Let me look. Lord have mercy. He didn't get not one. He threw for over 200 yards. He couldn't get one touchdown. He got 2 interceptions, though. Now, watch this. He got 2 interceptions, right? Shador got 4 touchdowns, and he got 2 interceptions. I ain't going to get into all that. That's some other shit. Shador's number is 2. I ain't getting into all of that. However, they did him so dirty that he couldn't even get one touchdown pass, man, after all he said. He said, we're going to see who wanted more. Them boys came in there and took that man's spirit, man. He left off the field with his head hanging down. Shador wouldn't shake his hand. Shador is old school. That's why he wouldn't shake his hand. And the reason why he got them old school tendencies because of his dad. You don't sit up here and talk about your coach get disrespectful and the coach wife call him a bitch and think and think it ain't gonna be smoke. They ain't even have to talk no more crap. The smoke was already put out there already. Yeah, she deleted the comment on Instagram, but she did say that. The coach's wife. Dude, it was so bad that the fans started leaving early. It was that bad. That bad. And in fact, it was so bad, the crowd seemed very light. The way they was like cheering. It seemed weak. It was real bad. And you know the crazy thing is, the fans actually came there to see them. Even though they were booing, you had the boo birds and stuff. But that, like I said, football, it takes you away from the problems of the world. You see what I'm saying? It's a form of entertainment. They're booing, but they're not really booing, if you know what I mean. If you can overstand it, feel me on it. They're not really booing them. It was just that it's a form of entertainment. They came there, that shit was sold out. What do you think it was sold out for? Because the main event came to town. That's why. So even though they were booing, but they really came there to see him to get a good look at too before he go to the draft. To see, because Travis, to get a good look at Travis. That's why. That's why it was sold out. It wasn't sold out because of Colorado State. Listen, they don't have to win another game this season, and all of their games are going to be sold out. There's some other shit going on. I'm trying to tell you. Now let me get to the enigma. Travis is a fucking enigma, and he's an enigma. And that's the only way I can best describe him. It's a person or thing that is mysterious and puzzling or difficult to understand. Enigma. He's an enigma. The reason why is because people say, "Oh, well, I can't understand why he don't take a break." And let me tell you what the media, they lied again. They lied. They lied. They said that, well, coach is using him. They're using him. They're using him to make Shador look good, and they're using that man. They need to use him sparingly. They use sparingly. They need to sit him out. They jeopardizing his career. Listen, that's not true because he wants to play. He puts himself back in the game, and you can't tell him not to. The only reason why they took him out at the end, because just in case of things got crazy, they had to take him out. I didn't agree for him and Shador to stay in that long. That's the only knock that I have here. They shouldn't have stayed in that long because you remember how the guy hit Shador for a targeting and the refs didn't call it. At that point, I have to protect my player at this point. I got to take him out the game because he got his career ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? So they got to do a better job at that. Like when you get up and when you break a team like you did, you got to take him out because players don't like him. He's not liked, man. He's liked by a few, but a lot of them hate him, man. So you got to be careful there. You got to take Travis out too, and the rest of them, and put your third. That's what you got third, fourth, fifth string for. Put them in the game. That's the only knock that I have here. But the reason why, because the hit pieces are coming. Oh, they're poor sportsmen. They had this team that was mathematically impossible for Colorado State to come back. It was mathematically impossible, which is true. Why they threw the ball? Why they kept throwing the ball? And then they lost possession and gave it back. It was weird, right? No, you don't talk about somebody's mother, man. That's why. That was on the coach and them in Shador. You don't do that, man. No, we gonna embarrass you. Because teams have embarrassed them and they took it on the chin and came fighting back. They got embarrassed at Oregon. You know what I'm saying? But this one right here, yeah, they had to win this game. It was personal from last year. Now coach don't have to worry about playing them for a very long time. So now that went away. But yeah, that hate runs deep right there. And you would like think, well, when this first started, what happened? It was just that the coach don't like him. That's what it is. It happens. And like some people, some people just don't like you for existing. You know that? That's just the way it is. So your only job is just to be yourself and keep speaking your speech. That's it. And don't pay nobody. It costs you nothing to pay them. No, never mind. It don't. He has real estate in that man's head. But that's not coach problem. But yeah, man, coach wanted to say more. Yeah, he needed this game. Fuck that. He was I know he was like, Lord, I need this game right here. And that team went in there and just took their will away. Torrey Horton, he couldn't even play. He tried though. He tried to give it his best, but how the hell can he play when he got those cornerbacks out there locking him up? How can you do it? So it was very difficult. So yeah, so they took their will away. Yeah, they took their will away. So each game, you have to take this situation week by week. And yeah, like I said, Travis is an enigma. That's just what I'm just gonna call him because there ain't no other way to describe it. He don't get tired. Well, actually, he said he took himself out. He said he had got a little tired. So he showed a human moment during his interview, during his press conference. But he's built some type of other kind of way. He's on a mission. Yeah, he's on a mission, man. And it stems from the reason why people are so hungry like that. It comes from how you grew up. He might have had some not that he had a hard upbringing, but it was probably like they faced some humbling situations. And they had to. Most players that play like that, they have faced some humbling situations when they were younger. That's why most boxers come from the mud. Most boxers, they grew up poor. You know what I'm saying? It's a poor man's sport. So that's why the hungry players and stuff, they come from humble beginnings. That's why. And they know this is their way out and they gonna go get it. And he can't be denied. And the crazy part is he saved that touchdown. Look, that man was running for his life. It was almost like Forrest Gump. I am gonna get me a touchdown, right? This man just came up and running behind him and hugged him and brought him down. And then Travis just laid there for a minute, checking his fingernails. I think he was checking his fingernails or some shit he was checking, making sure his fingernails weren't dirty. What the fuck, yo? Like, how do you do that? Like, he's like, all right, he ain't getting no touchdown. Let me make sure my nails is good. Yeah, I'm good. He probably was thinking at that moment, I'm ready to go play the game now. I'm ready to go home, get something to eat, and go play this fucking video game, put my onesies on. That's what he was thinking, probably. It's crazy, man. That man, he was running for his life, yo. I don't know how fast Travis is. I don't know, really. I don't know. Some people say he got a 4.4. I don't know how fast he is, but he went and caught this dude, man. I just thought the dude had a touchdown. I said, okay, this is their one shining moment when you reach for the stars. That was his one shining moment because at least he could say he ran a touchdown on these mother. You know what I'm saying? But here come Travis of all people, just went and hugged him and that wasn't no tackle. He hugged him and brought him down. That was crazy. And then laid there for a minute, man. And then he took himself out the game. He's a little tired at that point because, yeah, he had to go run him down. I thought he was injured. He was checking his shoulder. No, he was just making sure he ain't had no scrapes on him or nothing. I think that's what he was doing because the trainer was like, what's going on with you? Oh, no, I'm all right. I'm good. I think he was just checking, make sure he didn't get scraped up or nothing. And at that point, he probably was thinking, I'm ready to get back on that game. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still a kid. These still kids, man. He's still a kid at heart. But it's a fucking enigma. He got a 4.0 grade point average. His fiance has graduated college early, got her master's. This is some other shit going on. Craziness. Where these kids come from? Like their parents did a really good job, man. Really good job. They may have had humble beginnings in the beginning. Nah, you did a really good fucking job. Money don't mean shit like that, like people think it does. It's a means for a better life, but it's not everything. It's the family and the togetherness that mean more, yo. Like money can't buy close friends, yo. I don't give a fuck what you think. Yeah, they'll buy temporary friends, but I'm talking about, yo, I got a beef, yo. All right, let me put my shoes on. Yeah, money can't buy that type of friend. If you say you got somebody bothering you, and my brother be like, yo, let me put my shoes on. I remember my brother was going through something. I was like, let me put my shoes on. I ain't know what the fuck. I don't know what if he robbed a bank. I don't know what he did. I said, let me put my shoes on. Money can't buy that. That's what they got in Travis, man. Because he could have easily went to Florida State. He could have easily got bought out when they tried to buy him out. And he went to go help the old man out. That's what he did. He went to go help the old man out. Because the old man needed help. The Lord knows he needed help. Because when Coach gave that speech, I didn't get offended by the speech. That's just how us Leos are. Us Leos act like that. We think we're the main event. You see what I'm saying? And people often, we rub people the wrong way sometimes. Like, because people saying, oh, look at his interview. He's being sarcastic. He's under a lot of pressure. He was like, he giving his middle finger. That's his moment. Okay. That's his moment to pop his shit. That's his, he don't cuss or anything like that, but he act a certain way to make up for it. To how the writer, he know them writers and stuff don't like him. So this is his moment because he know they wanted him to fail. So that's his moment to go get his get back. And he know he got his mans in them that got his back. Travis and them got his back, man. Money can't buy that. Money can't buy no loyalty like that. Nope. And they try to divide them. Oh, there's a rift going on between Shador and Trap. No, it's not. Now they might bark at each other and go back and forth in the game. They have to. That's communication. They got to go back and forth and get into it. You see what I'm saying? To get it right. All the great ones have done that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing wrong about that. Like I said, man, I don't care. I don't care what they do for the rest of the season. It's just, man, this provides a nice little escape from what's going on in the rest of the world. But I love when he sat up there in that press conference and sat up there and talked his shit, man. I just loved it. And the only thing he needed to do, he only needed to make one correction, is use the damn running game. That's it. That was the only correction he needed to make. And I told you, he ran the hell out of it. He ran the ball effectively to win this game. Because the situation didn't call for to keep running the ball because they were so dominant in the air. The defensive backs couldn't withstand the receiver. So, and then they scored and got off the field. So they didn't have, they couldn't keep running it. But some games may require them to run more of that ball. At least they know they can do it now. At least they believe in that they can do it. And number 7 was hurt. Imagine if he was out there. Oh, man. It would have been crazy. But yeah, it was crazy. The fans, like, man, they came there. Even when they were at Nebraska, they all them boo birds there. He still gave a kid his hat. And he wanted to see him. His parents was talking about, yo, that's the greatest 2-sport athlete of all time. And that kid got a chance to meet Prime. You see what I'm saying? He'll never forget that. The fans, look, even the Nebraska fans came there to see the show. They came there to see him. We're going to boo his ass. We're going to get him. They came to see him. That's why, even though their stuff usually sells out anyway, they got loyal fan base. But they enjoyed the show, though, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you call. I don't know, man. Like, I go back and forth. Is he really a coach? Like, yeah, that's his title. He's a coach, but he's not really. He's moonlighting. He's not really a coach. He's more like a Vince Lombardi. That's some real shit right there. They got a Vince Lombardi trophy. I said he's like Vince Lombardi, yo. The reason why I say that is because of his motivational speeches. That's how Vince Lombardi used to carry it. You see what I'm saying? It's his motivational speeches to um the team is what get them through the edge. I remember when he said the last speech, he was like, "Do I need to say anything?" They was like, "No." They were ready to go handle business. It's his speeches, his motivation. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This is not a regular coaching situation. You know, he don't never be out there with the play card no more. He just be there. He's there motivating. You know what I'm saying? It's a little deeper, but I'm not gonna get into that. Um, but I'm telling you right now, now that they got that implemented that running game, they getting ready to make some noise now. Now they getting ready to make some noise. But if they didn't, nah, they weren't gonna make no. Now they getting ready to make some noise. Now Shador can get that ball out of his hand. And now he got those weapons. They the best receiver core probably in the NCAA. Okay. I don't know any other wide receiver room that got an Enigma on their team. Okay. Like some old other shit. There's some other stuff going on. I think Prime was the only coach that was going to allow Travis to do that. So Travis was in the right place. Because other teams, they would have said, nah, you can't, you're not going to play all these snaps. We're going to do it like this. But this was the perfect place for Travis to come, for him to use all his talents, because coach was going to let him play both sides. I think if he had to went somewhere else, he would have been great, but he would have been great at one thing and he'll play a little bit in another position. I think that's what happened. But we'll see how it plays out when he gets in the NFL to see what those coaches think. But whatever he decided to do, he probably gonna dominate it. But yeah, man, it was I really enjoyed this game. And I really enjoyed the after part of it too. I enjoyed the after probably more, like when he was up there talking and the way he was talking and the way Shador had his offensive line standing in back of him. I appreciated that shit because he didn't have to do that. People only acknowledge the offensive line when they fuck up. Nah, yo, he like, nah, y'all coming up here with me. Because he knew, because everybody know the offensive line is that important. If you protect the quarterback, it can open up everything else. Man, how you think Rock feel, yo? How you think he feel? He sat out last season. Some people even said before, see, nah, ain't no way Rock starting. Some people said that. I said, not as much as he lift. The fuck? He's the strongest on the team. I think he is the strongest on the team. So that's grounds for starting. And then he also went to that offensive lineman camp last year where they had a bunch of offensive linemen around the country that came together. And he went to that meeting. So he picked up some information. So he's one of them players that you can't deny. He's just too damn strong. So shout out to Rock. Because I didn't hear about him much in the game except for that holding call, which I didn't think it was holding. But then I had said before the game, what I would have the mentality is, coach, I'm going to get a few penalties this game, but my quarterback not getting touched. So I don't care about those holding. I'm like, all right, he have a few holding, that's cool. But you ain't gonna tee off of my quarterback. So they held up. Phillip Houston held up. Some people say, oh, no, he was the weakest link. No, he held up, yo. Yeah, he did. So, and I think they probably gonna play it by committee. Like whoever they feel that week is the best in position on that offensive line, I think that's what they're gonna use. I think this is gonna be a situational thing week by week. But this week, Phillip Houston got his shot. You know what I'm saying? His grandfather played in the NFL. So he got in his blood. But I thought he did fine. You know what I'm saying? Because, their game plan, the reason why their game plan didn't work, because they were going to do what Nebraska did. They were going to rush him, get the sacks and all that stuff, and make sure he don't get it to Travis and them, but it didn't work. He stayed upright and threw it to him. God, man, that man didn't catch one touchdown. They did this man dirty. They took the team's will, because remember, like, they were making a run for it. They were like making a run. They were really playing hard. Like, they were making a run for it. And then what's his name caught the interception. I said, oh my God. He caught an interception on him. And then they came back. Okay, we can come back. We're gonna make another run. And then Bentley just picked up the ball and just buried it. That was it. After Bentley did that, that was it. It was nothing else. Their will was broken before that. I believe their will was broken before halftime, because they knew they ain't had nothing for them. Craziness, man. They broke this team's will. Golly. He ain't getting not one touchdown. He tried, though. And you know how he likes to scramble and all that stuff? That man only had 6 yards scrambling, fam, the quarterback. He couldn't even scramble, because Levante Bentley, he probably was thinking about Levante Bentley, yo. Or the other one. Hold up, let me go to it. He was thinking about, give me 1 second. He was thinking about that other linebacker. Hold on, where's mine? Who was he thinking about? He was thinking about Levante Bentley, right? But he was also thinking about Hill Green. That's who he was thinking about. Holy crap, bro. They had some killers out there, man. That's craziness. Told you the team is better than people think it is. Deion Hayes had 2 sacks, by the way. So he did, the dam broke for him. Because remember, he had a lot of sacks last year. So the dam has finally broken for him. He had 2 sacks yesterday. He recorded 2 sacks. It was a quiet 2 sacks, but he recorded 2. Look for him to get more sacks as the season go along. He's getting heated up. Because I'm saying, you don't have that many sacks from last season and not get going. So he's gonna start get going pretty soon. But yeah, he had 2 sacks yesterday. They ain't even have Chidozie out there. But yeah, man, this was it was pretty good. Nice little healthy distraction from everything that's going on in the world. I'm telling you, man, I appreciate this shit. And I appreciate that they share it all year round. I appreciate that the most. Because I don't have to watch TV. I don't watch TV. I want to watch this right here. You know what I'm saying? I like talking about that. Man, they ain't running the ball. They not doing this. And then they go run the ball. Like, fuck, they running the ball. Shit, sky's the limit now if they running that ball. I don't care. So, but yeah, them coaches, like, I know Prime was like, we cannot lose this game, dude. I can't lose to this coach. He can lose to any other coach, but not this coach. It's because of the whole mother incident. I'm just telling you, man. Any other coach is fine, not this one. You know, so yeah, that's cool. They got the win for him. Gotta hear this one more time.
Ray, can you close the print on?
What's that?
This is from the pregame show, Uncle Neely. And that's another thing, right? They don't talk about. They talk about all the other negatives, right? But they don't talk about how he brought people with him. How he brought his trainer with him, and she brought her crew with her. You know what I'm saying? And they're students there now. You know what I'm saying? So he don't talk about that. They don't talk about how he brought people with him. See, because they don't care about that, because they didn't grow up a certain way. But for us that grew up a certain way, you bring people with you. That's just how we do it. We help each other. That's just some people don't understand it because you weren't part of that environment growing up. Some people don't get that. Some people don't get that right there. I remember when Vlad was talking to Michael Vick, and they were talking about that. Vic was like, damn, if you find $40 million, you ain't gonna help your friend out. You ain't gonna help your homie out. He said, no, see, because we're different type of people. He don't understand that. Like, you gotta grow up a certain way to understand the shit. Like, he's like, you're not gonna help if your friend need an apartment, you got 40 million in your apartment, you're not gonna help him. Nah, bullshit. Yo, we don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they don't talk about it, because they don't care about it, because they're selfish. You know what I'm saying? But when you move in like a certain way, you help your people out. You know what I'm saying? So they don't talk about how he brought Neely along and Neely doing his thing like that. They don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is right there. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't hit a lick out here and your pockets is full. You don't help your homie out. You know what I'm saying? So some people say, oh, why they have such a crew? They say this stuff about Allen Iverson, man. They said the same stuff like why has he got such all these homies and stuff? Yeah, because you can't forget about people. That's why. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say right there. So they never gonna talk about that, but they'll find the negative stuff, which they get ready to find. And the thing that they're really gonna stress is them throwing that ball and trying to embarrass the team. That's what they're really gonna get to. They're gonna get to that. They probably gonna get to it today. Okay, they're gonna get to that today, and they're gonna get to Shador not shaking Fowler Nicolosi's hand at the end of the game. Because Fowler Nicolosi, if y'all don't know, he came up to Shador, I guess, to shake his hand. And Shador was like, remember that stuff you talking about Instagram? You know what I'm saying? And he has something to say to him. So they're gonna run with that. Oh my God, he's a bad sport. And they said, no, he old school. You're not gonna sit up here and talk crap and all this, and we supposed to be everything boo now. So everything's supposed to be boo. So we're boo now. No, we don't forget that. No, we're not boo. We're not boo. I'm good over here. I got friends that got my back over here. I don't care how you think about me. That's some old school shit. I love that right there. Okay? So people can think whatever they want to think about it. Okay? You're not going to sit up here and make your little videos and we're going to be boo at the end. He was shaking other people's hand on the team. He was. And they, shaking other people's hand, saying like good luck on the rest of the season. He was talking to other people, but he ain't say nothing to that court because they made that video. You remember when I showed you that video of Alabama? You have to get yourself psyched up before the game. So they needed to. That was a good thing right there. So now he has something to psych himself out about. He has something to get pissed off about. And that brings you to another, that helps you right there. You have something to be pissed about. You know what I'm saying? So that was it right there. That was billboard material or bulletin board material. Yeah, you're not gonna, we're not boo, because once you get back in that locker room, you're gonna talk shit about me. So I'm not gonna sit up here and shake your hand. We're not boo. So that's just what it is. So moving on from that. But they gonna have a hit piece for it, trust me. I know it's coming, but they ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's some spiritual war going on out here. Everything that you thought that was going against the moral teachings of your growing, and all that stuff has been thrown out the window now. All the stuff that the morals you were taught growing up, don't do this, don't do that, and do this, that's all acceptable now. All of it. But guess what? It will eventually flip around again. It will eventually do it. It will eventually flip around. But the trend is everything, just anything right now. But I like the old school stuff right there. No, you're not going to sit up here and come shake my hand. Get up out of here, man. Goofball. You're a goofball. Get up out of here. And I love that right there. Love it. Love it. That's the type of warrior that you want to go to battle with. Okay? It's smoke for the other team. I'm tired of people shaking the other. It's smoke. No, it's a rivalry. We got smoke. You know what I'm saying? You said something, your coach said something about it's smoke. That's just what it is. But the coaches did shake each other's hand. It was a brief handshake. That was hilarious. It was just like, let me just shake your hand and keep moving. Yep, that's what that was. That's what that was right there. It's a brief, they did a real quick shake. It was like, boop, that was it. See, if Prime was really thinking, I would have shook him with my left hand. If y'all know, you don't shake no man. You never shake a man's hand with your left hand. Never do it. That's a sign of disrespect. I would have shook him with my left hand. That's what I would have put my left hand out. No, I'm just messing around. Good luck to coach, man, moving forward. Jay Norvell. You know, all skin folk ain't kin folk, just letting y'all know. Yeah, let me get back to this. Love this right here.
Hey, Curtis, can you take those two down a little bit?
The shades was tight too.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this. First of all, thank you all for being here. Wonderful game. Personal game, heartfelt game, emotional game. They kind of make it like that. We just want to play some football. The disrespect was called for throughout the week. A couple of the players took shots at the whole program and a few of our players, so it is what it is. We knew that coming into the game it was going to be a bit personal, and it was. I think one of our coaches, Coach Phillips, doing warm-ups, one of the guys ran into him and elbowed him, which is uncalled for. I just pray that our kids never act in that manner, because I know you guys would have a field day if they did. But I know you won't say anything and do anything when the opposing team does that versus us make derogatory comments during the week about our program.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I said I didn't realize that happened. So apparently somebody ran into wide receiver coach Jason Phillips and elbowed him. Like, how is that acceptable? You gotta, we grew up in an era where you respect your elders. See, young people don't respect their elders no more. I know Shador and them do. They were raised right. They respect their elders. That's why a coach be telling the kid to say yes, sir, and no, sir, because that goes a long way. Respect, even in this crazy world right now, respect still goes a long way, even though it's not being carried out on Instagram and stuff like that. You never know who you're going to run into out on the street. You ever see a stranger, like, for example, like somebody like hold the door for you, right? And you tell them thank you. You know that goes a long way because you never know who you're talking to. You could be talking to a bona fide killer. Bona fide, because it happened to me. It happened to me, man. I'll never forget this, man. It was a store around the corner for me. It was young cat. He held the door for me. I said, hey, man, thank you, man. I said, thank you, man, because I had hurt my ankle. And he saw that I was walking a certain way. And he said, hey, man, you still got the cool walk going on. I said, yeah, I had to put a little something in my step. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I find some, something out here. And we just shared a laugh. He said, "What happened to your ankle, man?" I said, "Out here trying to be young and playing ball and crack and mess my ankle up." I said, "But thank you. I really appreciate you holding the door for me." And he said, "All right, man, cool. It ain't no problem. But respect go a long way." Then I found out he was wanted. I saw his picture in the paper. He was wanted for murder. Wanted. He was wanted at that time. I didn't know it. Respect, I'm gonna tell you something. Respect goes a long way in this life. And for them to do that, I just can't see elbowing another coach. See, that would never happen in my era. The coaches would have beat us, man. In the era I came from, we would have got hit. Something would have happened to us. I mean, no, they wouldn't have beat us, but we would have got chat. We would have really got dealt with. That don't happen. You know what I'm saying? You respect your elders and then keep it moving. So yeah, that happened right there with Coach Phil. I'm like, damn, Zach, what do you mean? Like, who elbowed him? Because I saw Coach Phillips talking to the Colorado State head coach, Jay Norvell. He was talking to him, and they were talking a certain way where it looked like it was smoke. So I'm like, damn, it's really like that, huh? It's football, but yeah, man, that's rivalries though, I guess. But damn, like, I would never think to elbow another coach like that. That's crazy. But this was kind of a dangerous game because that guy did target Shador, and it happened for the second year in a row. That means, I don't know if you guys ever heard this before. Back when it was old school stuff. You send hitmen in a game. You ever heard about that? You'll send a hitman in a game, and you'll pay him waivers to do his job. I think that's what's going. Listen, he targeted Shador, right, with the crown of his helmet. He targeted him and hit him in the chin area. He tried to hurt him. That was a hurt. That was a hit. That was a hit right there. He tried to hurt him. And guess what? The refs didn't call targeting. So I'm like, dang, they didn't even call target. That was obviously a targeting. Obvious. Now, if Shiloh would have did it, they would have kicked Shiloh out. You already know that. They would have kicked him out the game. And the crazy thing is the refs know about him because remember before the Nebraska game, if you look at Bucky's video, you see a point there where Shiloh is talking to the refs. He said, "Yeah, I'm not a dangerous player. I just want to say this and that." He felt the need to talk to the refs before the game. That's crazy. And the refs are aware of him. But the thing is, Shador got targeted yesterday. They did not call it. They saw it. As you look at the replay, you clearly see that helmet go to his chin. It was a helmet to helmet hit. It was a helmet to helmet hit. Okay? And it was a big man that did it. So they really tried to give him a concussion or try to break his jaw. It's crazy, man. And the same thing happened last year in the targeting on Travis. Yeah, man, you got to be careful when somebody hates you. You got to really be careful. Hate is a very strong emotion. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. Right there. I'm glad that he was able to make that press conference and talk all right. Getting hit upside the head like that. So yeah, he's a tough guy. But and he got right back up and went to work. But yeah, that was targeting. And Kamara did it on him last year.
Great darn victory. Offensive line was phenomenal. Did a great job, not only run blocking, but pass blocking as well. The defense picked up right where it left off in the second half of last week's game and started the game and kept the momentum for the entirety of the game. We were upset with the last touchdown we gave up. That was, I think it was a 4th and 1 or whatever, and they got an explosion on that, so we're not happy with that at all. Where's penalties? 12 penalties, 150
But what's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody doing good on this Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? Day after the game. We're going to do it again next week, though. But yeah, hope everybody doing all right. I see y'all. What's up, L. Will?
15 yards is not going to fare you well. Some of that stuff was like, we got some great refs tremendously. We really do. Some of that stuff is questionable. You know, we're going to always question it. Just unbelievable. But we got it. We did what we needed to do to come out here with a victory. We just really wanted it to be decisive. We didn't want to leave no if and if we would have done that, if you would have done, no, we didn't want to leave none of that on the table. Unfortunately, it gets like that when you have these types of rivalries, and that's what transpired. Let's go.
Go ahead,
Dion,
Mickey.
does that explain?
Sorry, Dennis. Mickey first.
We got a policy. I'm sorry. No disrespect, my man.
Moments ago, the offensive line came out with Shador and Travis. Why is it so important to highlight them and their performance this season?
I don't know. You actually doing it? I don't know. I mean, you guys buried them last week after the game. You didn't say anything tremendously positive when I think they almost went for 500 yards total offense week one, right? Where was the praise and the love? But it was a lot of hate and disdain, and here we go again. Here we go again. Yeah, that's what they got. I mean, these are young men. They're not old as I am.
You know what it felt like? You know what this press conference felt like? It felt like he just finished playing, man. That's what it felt like. That's the way people carry it. Like, and that's why the teams want to beat him. So it's almost like he played the game. Like, you know, he like, yeah, man, you know, where was the, you know, last week, you know? So yeah, he was waiting for this moment. He was.
I mean, Wax was great and have wisdom and understand how to handle the foolishness. They're not like that, man. They still are filled with feelings and emotions. I mean, they get those text messages and that stuff they have online, and they get the DMs and they get all that stuff, and don't make them feel well because you're treating them like professionals. I don't mind, but just treat everybody the same, and I'm cool.
Dennis, go ahead.
Dion, does the perceived disrespect have to do with Shador and Travis and the number one offense being in at the end?
No. I mean, we want to score. The game is about scoring, isn't it? I don't know protocol. You should have called me and told me when to pull off. They was trying to, as long as the other team was trying to score, we're trying to score. That's
Yeah, that's the last time. And they have an award called the Paul Horning Award. But yeah, they won 3 games that year, and he won the Heisman Trophy. But no, they're going to win some games this year, though. Yeah, they're going to win some games this year. The only thing they needed was the running game. That's it. That was it. That was the last piece. Because apparently we ain't got to worry about the defense, because that defensive coordinator, he is now officially a cold dude. That man is cold. Cold, man. He's cold. It's something clicking now. They don't got it clicking. It just took a little. They needed some game reps. That's what it was. Okay, we got the plan, but we need some game reps. It's one thing to play against each other, but we needed the game. He needed the game reps. Man, you see him on that sideline? He covering his face. Like, I'm thinking that's Dom Capers out there, man. I'm like, who he think he is? He Dom Capers? The fuck? That's a cold dude, man. That's a cold piece of work. Okay? But it's still clicking. They just needed some game reps. It's one, like I said, they can practice against each other. That wasn't good enough. They actually needed some game real time to see what's working. Now he see what's working. Okay, we could do this and do that. Move this around, do this. That's what he's doing. Wait till week 4. Wait till week 5. Because the dam is already broken. They got 2 sacks yesterday. The dam is broken, 2 interceptions. Yeah, it's starting to really get going now. But they just needed the run game on the offense. That was it. Now they got it. So now, yeah, they're going to win this year.
my rule.
And is that as good as Travis can be? I mean, tonight was one of his all-time.
No. Travis is phenomenal every week in and week out. We got a quarterback that's phenomenal too. We just got to protect it. I think the whole country knows that.
Okay, let me stop right there because they clipped that piece right there. And then some people in the comments are saying, oh, he went straight to his son after Travis. He only talked Travis a little bit, went straight. Ain't nothing to say about Travis. What else can you say? What else can you say, man? He's just having it his way out there. There's some players, I acknowledge players from other teams too, that are having it their way. Like the Ole Miss quarterback. He's having it his way, man. Jackson Dart, he will be in that studio for the Heisman. It'll be Travis, him, and a few others sitting in that studio with their suits on. He's really having it his way right now. He's having it his way. So it's a lot of players around the country that's having it their way. Travis just having it his way, man. Like, I don't know what else what else can you say?
So you did a great job of that today. And when you see us do that, you're going to see, 36 for 49, no turnovers. And how many yards there?
310.
310. Oh, God, we'd have hit that big one. The Jimmy, shoot. Yeah, we'd have hit that big one. That would have been even greater. Even greater.
Adam, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Michael Welch went for 25 yards on his first college carry. I noticed you had a moment with him. What kind of game?
Speaking of that last play to Jimmy, that bomb he threw to Jimmy, that was legit. That wasn't no holding. They called a holding on that. That was not a holding. I mean, even the announcers, they was like low key wanting Colorado State to win. I could tell by their energy. Even they had not acknowledged it. No, that wasn't a hold. They even said it. Despite them wanting Colorado State, you could tell like the energy, the way they were talking during the game. Come on, you Colorado, they got it. It was almost like the reverse. You know how other teams was running the clock out on Colorado? They were running the clock out this time. This time they were actually doing it, controlling the game. They did a very good job managing the game this time. And it was because of that run early on. That man damn near would have went for 100 yards. I mean, he had 50 by halftime, the freshman. So now he's a true freshman, right? So he had 50 yards on the ground and by halftime. If he got a few more touches, he would have went over 100. He definitely would have. He would have went over 100. Let me see how much he ended up with. He ended up with 65 on 9 touches. He was averaging 7.2 yards a carry. Isaiah was averaging 5.2 yards a carry. They're good as advertised. Damn, Charlie had he had 2 touches. And he averaged 8 yards a carry. Damn. Yeah, they have a running game, folks. Just the coaches had to use it. That's all it was. That's the only thing they had to change. And you saw that one play. Let me acknowledge Benson real quick. That one play where he knocked that guy. He knocked this guy and it opened up the path for the run. He just knocked this guy down, yo. It was crazy. And then while the guy running, he looking over the guy. Like and yeah. Yeah, I saw that play. I saw that. Somebody got a pancake this game too. Somebody got pancake. I think it was Seton. He got another pancake. So yeah.
Like this dude for his confidence?
This does a lot for his confidence. This kid was just playing high school this time last year. Now he's playing on one of the largest stages in college football. Believe it or not, it is. I think, what is it? How many times they sold out here?
First, I believe.
Excuse me?
It's the first in the stadium, I think.
Oh, why didn't y'all say that? That's the first time that they sold out here? Why?
Yeah, it's the first time they sold out is because they came to the stadium. It's going to be like that everywhere. When they go down to Florida, it's going to sell out. They sold down in Florida before they sold out, but they're going to definitely sell out for that game when Colorado have to go down to Florida. to face UCF. That's going to be a sold out game. Trust me. I know some people that told me they were personally going. I might have to make that flight. Like that right there in Florida. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's going to be right there. That's really good right there. Yeah, that game going to be really sold out. The whole stadium. Oh, Arrowhead, damn near Arrowhead might be sold out. Almost. So it's all the games going to be sold out, man. All of it.
How was that? You know darn well why there's that. And these kids playing in front of
That's prime time talking. That's the old Dion. Remember back when he was playing? See, that's what we used to. You know what I'm saying? This is my house, baby. Remember when he came back to Atlanta? This is the house I built. That's prime time talking. You know what I'm saying? He's retired, but that's the prime. That's why, like, damn, did he just finish playing? Because that's prime time talking right there. See, they not used to that. They don't remember, but that's how he is.
a sellout crowd. I mean, I think the largest crowd he's probably ever played in front of was 4,000 or 5,000. So that's a lot for not.
This is the type of guy during the combine. He was telling a few teams, "Oh, I don't even work. I'm not even going to work out for you because I ain't going to be available by the time you weren't ready to pick me." He said that to them. Crazy, man.
Not only Michael, but some of the people that came over out of the portal. You know, I know some of them have played against teams that had phenomenal followings, but every week and the eye on you every week to perform, it's phenomenal, and it's trying for a young man. We got to do a better job of building them up for the moment. And we try our best. We have so much support and so many people that try to pour into them to get them ready and develop as men for these type of contests weekly.
Scott, go ahead.
Where's that noise coming
I think it's from you.
Oh.
We can hear you.
from? Yeah, that's distracting. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brian.
See, that's prime time right there. What's that? What's that? Come on, man. Y'all got noise going on. And I'm up here right now, gracing this right here, gracing this platform. What's up with this noise, man? Oh, man. What type of coach is doing this, man? Ain't no other coach doing it like that, man. Just pop, this talking his whatever. Like, come on, man. What's up with the noise? You know, I'm trying to do a press conference here, and we got noise going on.
Brian, your defense is giving up 9 points, I believe, over the last 6 quarters. What do you think has led to that, and then playing such
We have some
a
guys. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to answer. Let me let you finish. I'm sorry.
It's all good, coach.
Go ahead.
I said, and what do you see from them? What's allowed them to play at such a high level here over the last 2 weeks?
We have some guys that are pretty good defensively. What is happening? Is everybody hear this?
You hear, like, what is happening right now? What's up with all this noise? Like what's happening? Like, I'm gracing this what's happening with all this noise right now? Man, he really in his bag right now. He really is. He in rare form. This is like Atlanta prime time we're seeing right here. This is like a throwback.
These guys, they want it. No one's satisfied with their performance. I think we finally got a darn sack. We finally got a turnover. We finally got a couple of picks, which was satisfying. But these guys play the game. They work their butts off in practice. They work their butts off studying film. I think the average film time is probably 3.5, 4 hours, per guy. Putting in because we put it on the board. We want everybody to see how much each other watch film, so we understand everyone is prepared. But these guys are doing it. Coach Rob is doing a wonderful job, man. He really is, and Pat is as well. They're doing a wonderful job with what we have to work with, and we got some guys that really want it. And we're not there yet. We're slowly but surely improving. And you'd be a fool to look at our team and say we're not improving. That's crazy, especially with where we are defensively and what we're.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. They are slowly improving. Like I said, that defense is getting it together. And so you see it. So that's why I say each week I take this thing week by week.
We're capable of doing offensively.
Now Baylor ain't nothing to sneeze about now. They ain't nothing to play with because they beat Air Force. So Baylor it's like any given Saturday with them. You don't know which team is going to come visit you. So they definitely got to be ready for Baylor. Now, some people say Baylor is, that's an easy game, Max. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like any given Saturday type of thing. So they just got to be ready for Baylor. This is a hard thing, man. You just imagine every week it's a battle. But yeah, Baylor is going to be a good game too, folks. And that's coming. That's a home game.
Tyler, go ahead.
Coach, after the game last week, you were obviously very encouraged by the second half performance of the defense. Just kind of sticking with that. How nice was it to see them kind of continue that in the first half this week?
The goal was to come out there and get a stop. You know, we want to go 3-and-out. We want to go, 6.
Let me say this. You said very limited snaps. Are you talking about the running backs? The reason why that happened is because you only on the field for they weren't on the field that long because that throwing game is so crazy. So the running backs they were effective enough to control that clock for the little bit that they did. The reason why they got little touches this time is because that air raid was just so powerful. So once you get a touchdown, you're off the field. So then the running back's off the field. It was just that them passing was working. The reason why it was working because he had protection. And also they had that running game. But I suspect next week they're probably running a little more because the game is going to call for that. It just depends on if the game calls for it. But as long as they running the ball and they want to run that ball, then it's cool. I mean, this man y'all saw him line up under center. It was almost like they were answering people. Remember, people say, how come they don't line up on the center? He did. For one play, he did line up on the center, did a play action fake. He did. Yep. It just depends on how the game is flowing. So they went within the flow of the game. It's just so that them receivers is all that, man.
So now you want to go something and just get off the dirt field without relinquishing the score. That's what you want to do. You know, sometimes it does not work like that, but oftentimes we would like it to. But they didn't get down. And the whole theme of this week was, what do you do when? What do you do when the defense gives up the first down? What do you do when you miss a sack? What do you do when we drop a pass? What do you do when you get called for holding? What do you do? How do you respond? That was the whole theme of the week. How do we respond? We know that happened. Let's flesh it. Now, what do you do to respond?
And just following up on that quickly, Levante Bentley had that huge strip fumble close to the goal line. I mean, how much do you feel like that really kind of solidified the result for you guys tonight?
Well, Levante Bentley, first and foremost, has been one of our key players on our defense. I mean, this young man, he is football, man. Like, when it comes to our defense and a hard-nosed guy that's doing it at practice week in and week out, one of the most touching moments that I've had since I've been a coach here in Colorado was I usually go for a walk, and a few other coaches afterwards, but before we left the field to go on our walk through campus and whatever, I saw Levante Bentley getting ready on the field, jogging with Big Q, with Big Barnes. Because, like, what is wrong with you? I just gave you the second half of practice off because I know your foot is messed up. Your foot is hurting. You're limping. He said, Coach, I got to get the big fella ready. I got to get the big fella ready. He's jogging with this guy, and he's limping because he's sewing into his team. They're trying to get him prepared and in shape to play this game. So you talking about a man who I love to life. He is one of those guys, and I'm proud of him. Truly proud.
And you said you wanted to come out here and have a decisive victory, and you did. How important do you feel that is now for confidence, be able to build off of headed into next week?
It's important for our line to compete like they competed. It's important for our defense to have consistency and finally get sacks and finally get turnovers. It's important for Mata to regroup and go and make sure he make that field goal now. It's important for Mate to after he shanked one to come in and land one and I think inside the 5-yard line. So it's important for these guys to have consistency, for Shador to come back and play the game that he played. And Travis is Mr. Consistent as well. But a lot of those receivers, at the end of the day, they did a phenomenal job with the targets that they had.
Mark, go ahead.
You mentioned earlier Colorado State's shenanigans of disrespect.
Yeah.
I think right at the end of the first half, their quarterback ran out of bounds, bumped into Travis, and told him he was too small.
How stupid is that? This is Travis Hunter. Dude, this is Travis Hunter. This is Travis Hunter. Like, who does that? I wouldn't allow my kids to do that. And y'all know that. And that ought to be said. But when you allow kids to sit in an interview and talk against us, and you just got beat by 50-something week 1, come on, dog. Somebody help me here. Am I missing something? Straight up, tell me. I don't see where that's done in sports. That has to be allowed. Ain't nobody crazy enough to sit up there and say nothing like, hey, who does that?
I don't know why you want to poke that bear that's Travis.
Ain't no bear. That's a dirt. I can't say that word. Jesus, God, you're so good to me. He's a dog. He's a dog. I love y'all, man. Y'all take care of me, man.
Jack, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. You mixed things up a little bit on the offensive line that starting unit. Just overall, how do you feel like that group played tonight?
They played well. I mean, they could play better, of course. But that's not just saying it's not.
You said if they beat K-State, they'll be ranked. Yeah, K-State seemed like they ain't nothing to play with. I did see their game. That quarterback is like a running back. Like they utilizes his speed, and he's just as fast as Dylan. He's just as fast. So I'm like, damn. But so that'll be a real nice game because that's a home game too. So yeah, that will be a nice game right there. That Kansas State game, oh man, that'll be nice. And they're still working Dylan into the fold. They're working him in, and they are going to use him. I know somebody was like, they're not really I heard a blog say they're not really using. Yeah, they are using him. They're using him. But they got another good running back too. So yeah, but they're using him. But they use him in scripted different plays to maximize what he's doing. So yeah, they do use him. I was so happy for him, man. He ran back that kickoff. Man, he took off like the Rocket Ishmael. That man took off. He took off, man. Golly, he's electrifying. He took off. Damn. But anyway, he not with CU no more, but I still support him. But once he played that game, it's up at that point. He the op for a time being, just for a little bit. He's the op. But yeah, that kid is electrifying. The quarterback is electrifying too. Light bright. I call him light bright. He's electrifying. Johnson, yeah. Yeah, he's electrifying, man. But I tell CU just got to put your track shoes on. It's going to be a track meet. So just put your track shoes on and hold on. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fights. You never know how the game is going to turn out, though. But yeah, get your track shoes ready. Get your track shoes ready because it's gonna be one of them games right there.
In the plans. That's not saying that we don't have several more young men in the plan that we want to have a better rotation. We want to have a rotation going in of at least several players that can play at a high level and protect our quarterback. We really do and help us run the football successfully.
Jake, go ahead.
Coach, just your thoughts on the offensive balance this week compared to last week?
Nobody cares about balance until you get your butt kicked. That's the only time you really care about balance. How many times we ran it?
19, I think.
19, and we threw it 49 times. Nobody, that's a little disparaging, right? It's a little different, right? Nobody cares about that until you get your butt kicked. When you get your butt kicked, that question comes from you all. Like, what about the balance? Nobody cares about no balance. As long as you win the game, that's what people care about. We would love to build that tremendously because we have backs that can do it. You know, unfortunately, we put it on the ground one time today, and that's not indicative of who we are. But we'll fix that.
Couple more, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I'm Balin Weiss with CU Independent School of Sports.
How old are you, man?
19.
Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you. You give him a one-on-one whenever he wants it.
Appreciate that. Kind of along that question, against North Dakota State, you guys averaged 2.6 rushing yards per play. Again, and then against Nebraska, it was under 1 rushing yard.
Yeah.
But tonight, you guys averaged nearly 6 yards per rush. So what changed to make the rushing game more effective?
Just the intensity and the understanding of our team that we need, this needs to happen. Pat is a pro, so definitely he's calling runs. He wants to call runs. That's the life he comes from, with a lot more battles at the professional level. But these men in the front, they got to make up their mind is this is what we're going to do, and we're not waffling. We're going to do it. So, but it's
Yeah, but shout out to that press conference, man. I got to find that other press conference with Shador and the offensive lineman. You could tell by the look on their faces, they had just went to battle. They still had the looks on their faces. You know, it takes a little while to come down off a game, but they still had that like look in their face, like they ready to hit some more. You know what I'm saying? So that was good. That was good. What is Buddy saying here? Buddy Sashi? Buddy Sachet. I'm going to call you Buddy Sachet. Let me see what Buddy Sachet talking about. He said, see, you can't stop quarterbacks that run. No spy. Let me see. Buddy got a lot to say here. Nicolosi can't scramble, but he's okay. We'll see you. All right, Buddy. Okay, cool. What else you say up here? He said, CU coaching is in top 25. Boy, you working that keyboard. Lord have mercy. You said they not top 25. Okay, cool. But that damn defensive coordinator is. I saw it. I saw him working them plays, man. He was working the hell out of them plays. He had the defense ready, though. You gotta admit that. He damn sure had the defense going. You said they need to win 3, maybe 5 games before CU lose another game. Well, let me see here. Let me look at their schedule again. Okay, Baylor's next. Then they got UCF. UCF is an away game. Kansas State home game. Arizona away game. Arizona in the top 20 still. They're actually number 20. Kansas State number 14. So they got 2 ranked teams they got to play. Colorado ranked 12. Utah ranked 12. And the last game of the season is Oklahoma State. They currently at 13. So this is somewhat of a challenging schedule here. The reason why I say that is because, like I said, like next week, Baylor ain't nothing to play with. Then after Baylor, they got UCF. They nothing to play with. So, you know, each game, every week gonna be something else. Every week. It's a grind. That's what it is. They're going on a grind now. So they're going to have to grind this out. But it's possible, though. They could grind it out and change a lot of people's minds here with the grind. But that's all it is. It's just a grind. That's all it is. You know? It's just a grind, man. And, you know, Colorado State, they really came in there to win, man. They didn't come in there to lose. They weren't scared. They just got their wheels taken away from them. That's what happened. Hold on, let me see. I got to see a little bit of this press conference here. I love the way they did this. I love this right here. Because like I said, with the offensive line, you don't really hear from them unless they messing up. And you know, they usually play the background. You know what I'm saying? But they had them all up there. That's what I like.
Shador, is that the best you guys have played since you guys got here?
I don't know, that's on y'all to do. I think the first game was pretty good too. You know, knowing like when you're in a situation, it's one-on-one, you better fall forward. You gotta bring your piece to the team. So that's what it is. The O-line, of course, they was able to get great push on them, create great lanes, and the rest they just gotta do their job.
Jack, go ahead.
And for Colorado here, just what does it mean to you to get the second Rocky Mountain Showdown win?
Yeah, it means so much. I mean, growing up in Colorado, I used to watch this game with my family all the time, and you know, being able to win it back-to-back years is just really special.
Mark.
For Shador, Travis had one of the better stat lines you'll ever see in college football on both sides of the ball. What's the top for him? What's the best? Can he be even better than this?
Of course. Yeah, of course. There's no question he could be even better. Like it's no ceiling. That's the thing. Y'all try to put ceiling on things.
I like that what he said. There's no ceiling on what he can do. He's right about that. He just do what it takes to win. That's all it is. If he got to be out there the whole game, he's going to be out there the whole game. The whole game.
We don't really have no ceilings with anything in general. So, yeah.
Does anything he does surprise you?
I like how he wore the Lil Wayne shirt. You know how there's been a little talk about Lil Wayne not performing at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. So I like how he got the Lil Wayne shirt on, you know, showing Lil Wayne some love here. You know, he just wearing the Lil Wayne shirt just because a lot of stuff been said about Lil Wayne. But we know why Lil Wayne is not performing because, I mean, that's just some, you know, politics, you know, with Jay and all that. Because Jay is, you know, he's a contributor in that halftime show. He's like one of the producers. So, but I just don't. I mean, Kendrick is cool, but yeah, you know, Kendrick ain't from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thing. But anyway, yeah, that's just my little take on it. But he got Lil Wayne shirt on. I saw that.
A couple more. Travis, you talk about the defense just as a whole. You guys had a great second half of the game tonight. Talk about the defensive effort so far for 3 weeks.
Coach told us we got to get the turnovers. DB's out there covering us well off the front, did his job, got back there, forced a couple of fumbles, got them sacks, got in the backfield, made the quarterback hurry up and do his reads, get him out the pocket. So we did what we had to do on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive line. Like I said earlier, they did their job. So our front dominated on both sides of the ball, and that's how we come over with that.
And the Shador one, I show quick. Regardless of who this was against, how badly did you guys need to have a game like this after last week to finish strong in our conference call?
We don't look at it as non-conference conference. You know, we just look at next game on the schedule. And then it's just a little bit of extra motivation when they on there talking crazy. You know, like that's just, we don't really put other like players down, you know, like we're not trying to go on social media and do that. So yeah, they just asked.
I just like how this looks, man. I just like how this looks. He got his bodyguards in back of him. They're his bodyguards. I just love it, man.
Shador, obviously, you brought the entire offensive line with you in here. I mean, obviously, after last week, how impressive was it to see that bounce back?
Seaton just looked like an All-American. I don't know why. Just his hands, the way his hands is taped up, man.
like that this week? What did Zach do?
Well, no, it was good. It was great. It was a change in everything. We all got together and, understood like we gotta do it. So that's when all the family and all the real friendships really got together. Whenever everybody tried to push each other against each other, flip words, do everything like that. And together we all stayed as a family. We all as one. So that's just a good example of knowing, like, the media, regardless of what they try to paint or anything, you can't put us against each other as family.
Nikki, go ahead.
Coach Prime said we just had to take it one play at a time and just go out there and be confident. We didn't listen to the naysayers, and we band together. In fact, it made us closer. We practiced harder. We're just gonna keep the ball rolling because we're not satisfied. We're gonna continue to get better. We're gonna continue to grow as a group. We're just gonna take it again one play at a time, one day at a time.
Scott, go ahead.
Shador, how good did it feel, particularly early on, to get the ground game rolling and kind of be balanced offensively,
It
particularly?
felt amazing.
So what?
It felt amazing. Like, it felt. I ain't gonna say that. No, but
Offensively,
it felt
particularly.
amazing.
Go ahead.
Shador, how good did it feel, particularly early on, to get the ground game rolling and kind of be balanced offensively,
It felt
particularly?
amazing.
So what?
It felt amazing. Like, it felt. I ain't gonna say that. No, but no, it felt real good. It felt real good being able to. No, because that was the emphasis this week. And like you said, it was one play at a time. So forget thinking about, oh, you got to go out here and do this. Each and every play, you got to focus on, you got to do your job. So that's why I feel like even today, personally, I improved on carrying on my faith and everything like that. Because that's
Yeah, man. Yeah, any game could be won here. Don't make me play that video now. Don't make me play that video with Alabama, the old school team. If you got that mentality, I'm gonna take care of that man in front of me. Anybody can be beat. Notre Dame lost this year. Okay? That team went in there and beat Notre Dame. Come on, man. Anybody can be beat, man. They ain't got nothing to lose because everybody is calling for them to lose, right? So they don't have nothing to lose. So they can just go out. They're a dangerous team like that. They ain't got nothing to lose. They just go out, take it one play at a time. And each play, especially in that trenches, is going to be a fight. Each play is a fight. You know what I'm saying? And you got to win the fight. That's all it is. And if you can just give this quarterback just a little bit of time, he got weapons. So that's just how it is. And get the running game going and keep the defense honest. Yeah, they could beat anybody. They can beat anybody like that. You said everyone is trying to make it to the playoffs. Yeah, but this thing is 90% mental, 10% physical. It's the mental part. That's what I think. What sets you apart? Like, what is it? It's got to be the mental. Yep. This game is won in the trenches. Yep. It's a game of inches, and it's won in the trenches. It's a big man sport. You said, but come on, that offensive line had to pass block again 40 times. Yeah, the thing is, I do like that they ran that ball though. But see, what happens is when he throws, well, okay, I see what you're saying. Well, we'll see what happens the next game. Obviously, it just depends on the flow. And they're gonna have to run the ball. We know that. To keep it honest. But he throw that thing in the air and they get a quick touchdown. They're off the field again. So yeah. I even see him throw it in the flat. They were answering all type of people comments. They threw some stuff in the flat. They did all types of stuff yesterday. But if they can block and they can hold up and he get that ball out of his hand, they in business. And then the defense, the defense got a lot of stops. So we'll see. We'll see how the season go. I think it's just game by game, depending on what the flow of the game and whatnot. But yeah, that running game is very important. Very, very, very important. Every good team has one. They got a running game. So, but they got a running game. They just got to keep using it. They definitely got a running game. Yeah, they were answering a lot of critics. Okay, we need to run the ball. Okay, we need to run the ball. Oh, he can't line up on the center. Okay, he lined up on the center. He can't do a play action fake. Okay, he did a play action fake. The tight end can't slice. The tight end sliced. Yeah, they did answer a lot of people. They did. You say you don't like when Travis is still playing in games that's pretty much over. Yeah, that's the thing. You do got to take him out. You don't want to risk injury in garbage time. Right. I think he should have been taken out because mathematically the game was over at a certain point. Even though Colorado State was trying to make a comeback, the defense was really on their job. Yeah, you got to take Shador and Travis. I actually take the other people out too and put in the rest of the receivers so they can get some work. Because you never know when you're going to need them because it's a long season and injuries do happen. But you just don't want to see Travis and them get injured because, you know, it's a lot on the line with him. But, yeah, I would like to see them out, especially when the game is over. But other than that, man, you know, they kept throwing the ball. Like, when they could have took a knee or ran the ball and ran the clock out, but they wanted to get another score. That's what they wanted to do. That was just, you know, extracurricular at that point. But, you know, they're going to run with that for sure. I'm just waiting to see if the article came out yet. But they definitely going to get to it. Definitely going to get to it, man. You said defense played great. Mata has to make kicks as well. Yeah. He'll be all right. I'm not worried about Mata. You said Houston needs to get more bulk, but he held up last night. I know what you're doing. You're looking at, like, the Power 5 offensive linemen. Like, some people out there, they really got hogs out there. I know what you're talking about. Like Alabama offensive line. But see, to get that type of stuff, that you're going to have to, that's some stuff that you got to develop. Like, you got to get the high school people. I would say they have to get some of their homegrown kids, you know, stuff like that, you know, for you to get those Iowa type looking players. That's probably what you're thinking about. Those like 325 or better, 345s, like in that range, 6'7", 6'6", 345. You know, a Caden Proctor type from Alabama. I think he's still injured though. I didn't see him play. I think he's still nursing an injury. Like Caden Proctor, he's like 6'7", like 350. Yeah, them hogs, man. It's hard to get them, but that's what they do. They do have to go after in the recruiting and get some of them. No, I'm not worried about Sister Sashay, Buddy Sashay. Oh, Proctor did play? Oh, I didn't see him. I didn't look for him again. I thought he was still out. But you see how big he is? Yeah, it's a competition to get those linemen. And he's a 5-star. So it's like it's a stiff competition to get those 5 stars in recruiting. You know, or they could be developed. One or the other. But those giants, like you said, everybody wants them. Everybody wants them. So they got the choice of they got the top. I mean, that's top tier right there. And the other offensive lineman, what was his name? He just got drafted from Alabama. Like it's good luck getting them. It's hard, but when you do get them, you know you got to keep them. But Seaton is one of them. He's one of them. So they do have they have him in the recruiting. And they're developing Cash Cleveland. He came from IMG. He's 300 plus pounds. So they getting the hogs. They just got to keep. He just started. This is year 2, so we'll see what happens year 3. It's going to be a very big off season. This off season is going to be even bigger than the last one because he got to bring in some more hogs because he's losing some to the graduation. So he got to bring more in, and I'm pretty sure he will. Seaton got boys out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure some more will come. You said Stoutmeyer is better than Shiloh. You think so? Stoutmeyer is pretty good, man. His dad played in the NFL. I'm not worried about him. I know he got the fundamentals. So Omar Stoutmeyer is his dad. So yeah, I mean, he got the NFL pedigree. They got a lot of good players waiting to play. Caleb Mathis is a good receiver. Wait till he get going. I mean, he's a sophomore. He got 2 more years. It just depends on what happens in the offseason. But it's going to be a very important offseason, and they are going after a quarterback. Make no mistakes about it. Make no mistakes. They're going after a 5-star. I'm just telling y'all. Or they're going to get somebody to transfer. One or the other. And I got somebody in mind that I think they're going to go get. But they definitely look, they in a hunt for a quarterback because they losing. They got to there's no replacement for Shador, but they got to replace him. Or one of their current quarterbacks is ready to step up. You said Bentley and Hillgreen? Yeah, man. Them players out there is all about business. They was just out there to take care of business yesterday. Oh yeah, eventually he is going to win the Big 12. If he stay at Colorado, eventually he'll win it. One or the other. They have to go after. They got to bring some blue chips in. They got to flood the gates with some blue chips coming in there, and they'll be all right because they do have a nice foundation right now. Because Hayes got 2 years left. He's a sack master, so he got 2 years left. Green is a senior, so this is his last go at it. But you got a few players on that line that they got a few more years of eligibility left, so they're building now. I honestly believe the backup should have gotten in this game. They should have took Shador out. They should have took him out before a lineman take him out. You know, on a late hit. Yeah, they're gonna try to go after a quarterback that's plug and play. They're gonna go after somebody that's ready to go. So they looking for a 5-star or a superstar transfer, one or the other, for the quarterback position. Yeah, it's Bentley, a senior. Remember, he played all them years at Clemson. I'm sorry, he already graduated, Shantae. Bentley already got his degree. He's a grad student. But I think this is his last year eligibility, though. But yeah, he already graduated. He graduated from Clemson. Most of those players that had came there had already graduated already. Like McClendon, he had graduated from Florida State. Yeah, so shout out to McClendon. He with the Dolphins, right? Yeah, you said they had 4 and 5 quarterbacks. Yeah, but if I'm a betting man, he's going after he probably already know. He probably already got the quarterback already. And I think I know who it is. Because if all fails, I don't know. I don't think I know who it is, but trust me, they need a superstar to come in. But they might already have one. Like I said, the quarterbacks that they already have in house probably be like, look, I'm him. But he's definitely looking for him. He definitely is. Well, if we don't get Juju, like they definitely got a lot of quarterbacks come out of high school this year. That's pretty good, though. But I'm suspecting that, yeah, he's looking, he going for a quarterback. And McKinney still has a couple years left, so he's not leaving this year. He has another year. Like if he thinking about going to the draft early, he got one more year, but he got 2 more years to play, and he's a star. You don't have to worry about him at the cornerback position. He's a star. So they got the right foundation. But they're gonna bring, trust me, how he said it, we got to go shopping. They really going shopping in the off season. They losing a lot of people, losing a lot of seniors, you know. So they got to go replace them and bring more people in. But the people that's already there, they're gonna step up for the seniors that's leaving. So because Webb Walker's a sophomore, so they have him, so he'll be the replacement for Clemson, Bentley. So they good in the linebacker position, I believe. What's his name? A senior too, actually. Let me see. Yeah, let me see, is he? Yeah, Trevor Woods a senior. Jeremiah Brown is a senior. They're losing a lot of people, but they still have some people there that got a little eligibility left, so they're good. And they, a lot of people that you didn't see, they were on special teams. I even see Namir Robertson out there on special teams doing this thing. He was flying out there because he recorded a tackle yesterday. Cameron Silman Craig is a senior. Shiloh, of course, grad student. This is last year eligibility. But I think they're good. Savell Small's a senior. Sam Hart, a grad student. Not sure how much eligibility he got left, but Tyler Brown is, even though he graduated already, on the field, he's a junior. So he got 1 more year. He got 1 more year. Khalil got 1 more year. Khalil Benson. He got 1 more year. Zach is a freshman, so he's up and coming. Cash, a freshman. Yakiri Walker got 1 more year. Hank Zelinka's got 2 years. Tyler Johnson is a grad student. I'm not sure if this is last. I think this is last go at it. Peyton Kirkland is a freshman. Phillip Houston got 1 more year. So yeah, they got a nice foundation. Travis got 1 more year. However, this is last year. Terrell Timmons Jr. got 1 more year. Jimmy's done. This is last year. Will Shepard, I believe this is it for him. I believe so. And he's going to NFL though. He's an NFL receiver. So you'll see him on the NFL team. Him and Jimmy. got a couple NFL players this year that you're gonna see for the next season. Chidozie, this is his last go at it. Shane Coates. BJ Green, yeah. So Webb Walker, a sophomore. Anquin Barnes Jr. So yeah. Carter Stoudemire, sophomore. Yeah, they still they gonna they got a the recruiting is gonna be even more dynamic than it was last year. You said Travis is big enough. Of course he is. He makes up for it for all types of other things he do. Like just unbelievable stuff he doing out there. You said Juju is the one that would be nice. Yeah, that would be. I agree with you. If they can make it to that Big 12 title game, it's almost not, you can't deny him for that Heisman at that point. It's almost no denying him. But, you know, we'll see how the season play out for everybody else too, because there's some other Heisman hopefuls out there too. So we'll see. That's killing it for the last 3 games they played. But, you know, as the season go on, you know, it's going to get interesting in college football, though, I believe. I believe some people going to get knocked off, but we'll see. Man, good year, though. You said Juju coming. You think so? Case, you say he's not winning the Heisman? You're not really impressed with his play. I feel you. I mean, I feel that that's your opinion. That's what I meant. I feel that, you know, that's your opinion. I get you. I get you, man. I get you. Trust me, I don't seen a lot of good football players. I ain't seen nothing like this that play so damn much. I've seen Charles Woodson and all them. But not like this. Not like this. I never seen nothing like it. Like, let me see. Nope, never. I mean, Prime, I've seen him, but he had different plays like on the offense. He wasn't on there. He wasn't on there all the time. They'll come in, use him as a decoy, or certain plays, he'll kill it like that. Not the whole game, though. I'm talking about college. He didn't do that in college. I mean, he did a lot of things in college, though. You know, he played baseball. He was already drafted, you know, like that. And he moonlighted on the track for a little bit, but nothing like this. Yeah, Colton Hood looked good, too. You said he's a unicorn. Yeah, he's an enigma, man. He just like, you can't explain it. Like, he don't get tired, man. Strap up his helmet. He go right on back out there. That's it. After a touchdown, let me go on back out there and get on defense and shut my receiver down. You know? Yeah, I've seen a lot of good players, man, like Woodson, Ricky Williams, Heisman year. Who else had a really good Heisman year? There's a whole bunch of them. Desmond Howard. I haven't seen nothing like this one though. Oh man, actually one was really dynamic though. That was electrifying. Was Reggie Bush. Holy shit. His Heisman year, fuck, he couldn't be stopped. But he only played offense. The other Enigma was Orlando Pace. He was an offensive lineman, and he was a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. Ain't that crazy? Our offensive lineman was at the ceremony for the Heisman Trophy. Offensive lineman. That was another one. Marcus Allen, I don't remember it. I was too young. I don't remember Marcus Allen, but I saw the videos. I'm talking about that I can remember. Yeah, that I can remember. I don't remember. I remember. Let me see. Who else? Like I remember Ricky Williams had a dominant year. Damn, who else? I remember Market. What was his name? I remember Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford when he won the Heisman. That was a pretty good year for him winning the Heisman. I don't remember Barry Sanders. I was too young. But I remember him in the NFL. I don't remember like his Heisman year. I don't remember it. But I remember I seen the videos, but I'm talking about all the games, like for me to remember it. Yeah, he was a walking pancake. And you that like there's been plenty of linemen that have been dominant, but not on the college level right out the gate. He was dominant right out the gate. He was a true freshman right out the gate for Ohio State. Just laying people out left and right, just laying them out. And then in fact, they started calling it the pancake. The run game with him was amazing. He would knock two people out at one, like knock one person out, take him out, then go knock another one out and take him out of the play. He's running. Look, this dude was 300 plus pounds, was running with the running back, blocking. Yep, it was crazy. That was a crazy year for Ohio State. Another one, how can I forget? Eddie George, Ohio State. He won the Heisman. That was a pretty good year. He was like hands down the Heisman Trophy winner. Of course, I don't remember the great O.J. Simpson, but you know, of him winning the Heisman Trophy. I mean, I used to hear about it from my dad, but he was dominant. I just don't remember it. I don't even remember him playing football. Like, I've never seen it. Like, I seen the videos. He retired before I even knew what football was. And I don't remember the guy that won the Heisman back to back. Oh, can you imagine that? He won the Heisman back to back. It's crazy. Oh yeah. He coached at Tennessee State. I remember Coach Prime playing him. I believe that he'll probably move up as well, either get a coaching job in the NFL or he might move to the Power 5. Eddie George at some point. I like what he's doing at Tennessee State. Oh yeah, I remember Tim Tebow. But he had a really good system around him, Tim Tebow. But yeah, that was he had a good run. But like I'm seeing Travis dominate. So we're gonna see as the games go on. He's not coming off that field. He's an Iron Man. He's not coming off that field. It should be a Iron Man award. He should win an Iron Man award, whatever that award is. Like, what is the Paul Hornung Award? I believe he already won it. I believe, yeah, he already won the Paul Hornung Award. So the way he's playing, he's gonna try to duplicate Coach Prime now and bring home the Thorpe Award. I think he's working on the Thorpe. So we'll see if he can win the Thorpe this year. You know, Coach, I'll never forget, I was a kid, but he won the Thorpe. I remember Coach Prime winning the Thorpe. And then that was it. He went on to go into the NFL after that. But maybe let's see if he can win the Thorpe this year if he don't win the Heisman. But if he win the Thorpe, that means he's in conversation with the Heisman too. So he probably yeah. You talking about Jameson Williams? But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate talking to y'all. I'll be back at some point. But yeah, man, Baylor's next, huh? Baylor. I'll see y'all next weekend for Baylor. It's another prime time. I think that one's at 8 o'clock. I believe that kicks off at 8 o'clock. It's a home game, 8 o'clock. I will be there. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon.